Hello everyone, my name is Ben Lombard. I am the founder of the group Underdogs versus Discovery. Now lots of people ask me what my problem is with Discovery. In one word, to describe everything. Let's rewind to 2002 when my strange brother, who happens to live in Bloemfontein, persuaded me to take out life insurance with Discovery. It had rare disease cover added to it, and I was very happy to do that since I have embarked on being self-employed not long before that. So when we moved to Cape Town, relocated here in 2004 towards 2005, I do recall towards the end of 2004 that I experienced a very severe pain in my chest, which I assumed was just a severe type of heartburn. Although it carried on for a while and the pain did not go away immediately, I did not go for any checkups, did not take any medication whatsoever. So a few weeks, perhaps a month or two later, I decided to take out additional insurance because my income justified that, and so I went for another checkup with another insurance company that requested that. Everything was fine, and until I got to the GP, and the GP had to do all her medical checks and etc., and one of the things that required was an ECG, which I had no problem with since I've never had any history of heart problems whatsoever in all the time before that. So when she did the ECG, she found that there was a problem, and she suggested that she will just call for a second opinion with one of the cardiologists at Panorama Hospital. And an hour or two later, she called me and gave me the news that in actual fact I did experience a heart attack. And from all the evidence that was there, it must have been quite recent. The scar tissue hasn't healed yet. And I went for a checkup immediately with a cardiologist at Panorama, who confirmed during a stress ECG that I did in fact have a heart attack. Although the heart attack was there, from what I could understand in layman's terms, that it was a blood clot that went through the heart and tore the muscles and then eventually broke up, and blood clot then just entered the blood system all over again after it tore the muscle. They found no other problems there. It was not necessary for me to undergo surgery, and it also there was no reason to go to have chronic medication as well. In actual fact, as a precautionary measure, my GP prescribed blood thinners, and when I went for my consultation with the cardiologist, he suggested that I do away with that altogether. So from then I haven't been on any medication, and before that I haven't been on any medication for any heart condition. So I submitted a claim to Discovery because of rare disease cover, and I knew that rare disease cover also covered heart attacks. At the time, I was told that that this was a silent myocardial infarction, in other words, a mild heart attack, and Discovery informed me that the condition was not severe enough to justify a payout. With my little knowledge of insurance policies, I accepted it at the time and moved on with my life. So when we got to 2017, I decided to take out additional policies. Now, the second one I took out after discovery did not have dread disease cover. So when I applied for a third policy in 2017, I disclosed the heart attack, which I now know I had around about 2004, 2005. And the insurance company informed me that because of that heart attack, my premium had to be loaded by 90%. I couldn't understand that. If a heart attack was so mild in nature, why would it be necessary to load it by 90%? So again, I approached Discovery, and the matter in actual fact did end up with the Ombudsman for long-term insurance. And the Ombudsman themselves appointed another heart specialist to review the condition of my own cardiologist, went for further tests at their request, and it was found that I did in fact have a heart attack. The scars are still there, and it's undeniable fact that I did in fact have a heart attack way back, obviously. However, the specialist appointed by the Ombudsman, a certain Dr. Coetzer, although he corroborated, his finding corroborated with that of my cardiologist, the doctor made a finding that I should now prove that I never had this heart attack before 2002 when I took out this policy. I find that a little bit mind-boggling, because why would anyone go for a heart checkup and for an ECG if there's no suspicion of anything of that nature whatsoever? So this time, with the Ombudsman and this Dr. Coetzer making that finding, I again sat back and thought that was the end of that story. Until more recently, in the last 2 months or so, when I spoke to another insurance broker who made me believe, he made it very clear, and he was quite sure that I was eligible for a payout because of that. And the two doctors, both my own cardiologist and the Ombudsman's specialist, both confirmed that that was a level C category dread disease, which should have been paid out, despite, well, based on the medical condition. But now this Dr. Coetzer claimed that I should have proven, or should be able to prove. So I left it again, and even more recently, when I was told about this, I've done a little bit more research than on the previous two occasions, and I found that there are decided cases that are probably 30, 40 years old, that stipulate that the onus is not upon me to prove that I didn't have a heart attack before 2002, and if the insurance company suspects that, they are the ones that must prove that. So I referred the matter back to Discovery now in recent weeks, only for them to tell me the matter is now closed. I did not roll over and play dead so lightly this time. So I made use of social media, and I explained my situation, and it was like an explosion. I am inundated with other people with similar scenarios in mine, even far worse, whose claims have been repudiated for whatever reason they could find. I found that human rights have been violated. People have been followed, spied on. They were even people even tried to entrap him. People employed through contractors paid by Discovery. I found that people have been humiliated, and that in one instance one of the individuals was told, "Oh, but you still have money to buy biltong." I then decided it's not about me anymore. It's about every person out there that should have been paid out by Discovery but haven't received anything. So here we are. I have written many letters. I've written to Adrian Gore himself, only to get 2 lawyers' letters from Mr. George van Vieren from ENS, telling me to delete everything, and that they are considering taking legal action for defamation of character. Gentlemen, I'm not defaming anybody. The facts I have are facts. I have video evidence, I have recordings, I have proof of what I'm saying. So I am not going to roll over and play dead any further. I am now sending my case back for review to the Ombudsman. If Discovery erred in the first place, which I doubt very much, they definitely would have known the law better than anyone else in 2017 when Dr. Coetzer made this finding that I should prove. And the Ombudsman itself, this time I want to see what reason they would have for not make a decision in my favor. I think we've run out of excuses here. And my battle is not over. It's been a 2-decade, a 20-year battle. But I'm not giving up on this. And I am not going to give up. Not very likely for me to give up. So here we are. I have now written a new letter to the Ombudsman. I will wait for a reply. In the meantime, there are lots of other people that have the same problem. Lots of people will have to get answers here. So Mr. Gore, Mr. Adrian Gore, I've written to you directly, and that's when you pass the letter on to your lawyer. This is not going to end here. We are not even considering litigation at this point, because we know that even with litigation, there are high court cases which ruled in favor of policyholders, and then just to find that you appeal that decision, so it goes back to court. So we are going to fight you without any capital layout from here onwards. I'm not putting a cent into it, but I know where I'm going with you. And Mr. Heinemann, I'm I'm pretty sure that in time to come, some people may want to throw you under the bus. But maybe that's where you belong, for having done those things that I can prove in a court of law. But don't worry about going to a court of law. We are busy with a few other options, which I believe is going to rock the boat very, very hard. So folks, that's where we are. Thank you for following us. Thank you for the support that we've been getting up to now. It is very encouraging. And some of the other underdogs, they've been fighting for a long time. They're not alone. So yes, I'll keep you folks posted, everyone. I'll keep you posted on the reply from the Ombudsman, and we'll have to take it from there. And the other underdogs, hang in there. There's a light in the end of a tunnel, and don't worry, the trains don't run anymore. We'll make it happen. Thank you. Speak soon.